Live from EverMedia Studios in Los Angeles, this is EverTalk Live.
How do you wake up and stay woke? What's your morning routine?
Just copious amounts of coffee.
I drink a lot of orange juice and I listen to a lot of Lizzo.
Do you have a favorite Lizzo track right now?
Her whole album.
10 to 12 minutes of meditation and then a cup of cappuccino.
Put my hand on my heart and I say, how am I feeling today?
I force my 130-pound dog to snuggle with me a little bit, but he doesn't typically like it.
The first thing I do in the morning is take a cold shower because research has shown that it burns fat, reduces inflammation, and fights depression. Actually, the research had me, it burns fat. In fact, I'm thinking of giving up working out altogether.
Live from EverMedia Studios in Los Angeles, this is EverTalk Live.
Happy Monday, I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jessica Moyer. This is EverTalk Live, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. for all things happiness in Hollywood, pop culture, and positivity. Happy Monday, Rob.
Happy Monday. How was your weekend?
It was fan-freaking-tastic. I was back to the red carpet hustle. If you didn't see it on my Instagram, I went to Nazarian's Think Big 2020 conference, and the momager herself, Kris Jenner, was the keynote speaker.
Oh, how cool was that?
Actually, it was incredibly cool because it was on digital branding growth and innovation. And she and her daughters, obviously, have mastered that. And for better or worse, the Kardashians have led the way.
Yeah. They're caked up.
Totally caked up. Speaking of caked, though, you know what was the biggest takeaway for me?
What's that?
Kris Jenner loves the British baking show. Just
Really?
like me. Yes. It was really interesting because at the bottom of the line, she said, you know, I can't take credit for all of this. I have an incredible team. There's no such thing as balance. So I watched the Great British Bake Off.
Oh my goodness, good for
That's
you.
how I meditate when I clean my drawers. So I
That's
was like,
awesome.
you know, I can definitely relate to that.
I love that. I love the outfit today. Very Steelers Nation.
Steelers Nation.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
I've got to represent. I'm a Steeler fan by like osmosis.
Yeah.
One of my first roommates in Hollywood was a Steelers fan. I'll never forget it. I had an audition when I was still in my acting days, and I had to be a football fan. I had no idea about any of it. She handed me a jersey and said, "Let me teach you the ropes." Roethlisberger, started naming them.
Oh my gosh,
And
look
so
at you.
now I'm a Steelers fan.
That's awesome. Being from Pittsburgh, I can appreciate that, Jess.
Well,
Yes.
next time I'll bring a terrible towel.
Oh my goodness, that's too much right now. Too much. You really are.
How was your weekend?
It was good. It was fast, you know. I mostly worked. It was a pretty uneventful weekend for the most part, but it was a great weekend. Great weekend. Fast. I'm happy to be here on Monday, though.
You didn't really say much.
I
Great
know,
weekend.
because-
You didn't.
Well, you know, I don't do any of the red carpet stuff. I didn't do any of the red carpet stuff this weekend. Mostly for me, it was like I shot a little scissor reel for something that we're pitching, so that was fun. Yeah, doing that.
Okay.
I saw some clients, catching up on writing and reading.
I'm just giving you a hard
You know,
time. I know.
it's
All
fun.
you do is work, Rob.
I love my work, though.
I have the utmost respect for that. So I do appreciate it.
Oh, well, you were working the red carpet.
I was. You know, rumor has it, though, that Americans are more unhappy than they've been in over 70
wild.
years.
I know. That's why I became a happiness coach, because I was one of those people. And it's interesting. I saw this study recently. It was the Gallup organization, and they found that Americans have never been more unhappy in 71 years. So
I'm
we're
not
at the
surprised.
lowest. I mean, it's unbelievable. A huge part of that is the stress and anxiety that we experience, and apparently, according to the study, for developed nations, we're like the highest on stress, or one of the highest in terms of stress and anxiety, and we're even higher than most sort of developing countries in terms of stress and anxiety, which is a very rare and exceptional sort of spot to be. It's not a spot that you want to be in, but it's a little frustrating. But
Why
I'm
is
excited
that?
about it because it means the opportunity for happiness is greater now than ever. Yeah,
So
Why
what
is
do we
that?
do about
Yeah,
that?
there's a lot of things. I mean, I think it's sort of partly it's the political climate. It's also that folks are feeling sort of divisive in lots of ways. But I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's when you're lost in thought all day, every day, and you're caught up in things that you feel very much matter, but don't really matter in large scheme of things. You're always going to find yourself stressed and anxious, right? So a huge part of it is that we sort of chase things that we think will lead to a happy life or to a successful life, but ultimately they don't bring us peace or lasting and meaningful and abiding like contentment. So that's part of the struggle. I think lots of folks that have less are happier because they're able to appreciate the small things. Yeah.
Think on that. America, we have room to be happy. Well, we're really excited to welcome our very special guest to the show this morning. Hello, everyone. in the
Good
studio.
morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Oh, Monday's back there. Well, we're so excited to welcome Polly Jen to the show. She is a very innovative fashion, functional stylist and designer. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we want to know, how does a designer like you start your day? What's your morning routine like?
Okay, well, I turn on the music.
The music. Yes.
That's the first thing I do to get my day started.
What kind of music?
Music.
Yes. What kind?
Just
Who?
music.
Just any kind?
Any kind.
Yeah. I can
That's-
appreciate that.
Yeah, a little Motown, a little dancing music, something upbeat.
It's like pizza. Even bad pizza is good pizza. Absolutely.
Music, just music. Well, thanks for being with us. Angela Robinson is in the house, hot off the haves and the have-nots. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, we're so grateful to have you here and that season 7 is back on the air.
Yes, we're excited.
So tell us, how does an actress like you start her day? What's your morning routine like?
Well, if you had asked me 2 years ago, but I have a 2-year-old, so I don't remember.
That mom brain.
Well, thank you so much for being with us. We've got Ari Herstad in the house. He is the author of the #1 best-selling book, How to Make It in the New Music Business. Is it still possible, Ari?
What's going on? Yes, how's it going?
It's going fantastic. We're happy to have you here.
Good, thanks for having me.
So what's your morning routine like? How do you start your day?
Yeah, I like to get my mind and my body going. I usually try to hit the gym in the morning and listen to podcasts while most people are running to the beat. I'm usually running to Michael Barbaro of the New York Times. So I just get that thing going real early.
That's awesome. That's your favorite podcast?
Yeah, The Daily, or I like entrepreneurial podcasts, like How I Built This and those kinds of things. Yeah, sure.
Oh boy, you, Jez, and executive producer Andy Waldman would have a fantastic conversation, I bet.
Ooh, absolutely. Well, thanks so much for being with us. We have got the CEO of Gauge Girl Training in the house. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for being here. So how do you start your day? What's your morning routine like?
Start every day with Gauge Life's collagen supplements. It's my all-natural protein line. I mix it in my coffee and then fasted cardio every day.
Oh, man. Fantastic. We've got lots of people that talk about collagen, but none of them start the day that way. At least they haven't said so on the show, right? Oh, all right.
We have a lot to learn in 2020. And earning his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame this week, Andy Mandian is in the house. Good morning, Andy.
Hello.
Hello.
Great to be here on time.
Yeah. That's Los Angeles for you. So how do you start your day? What's your morning routine?
A cup of coffee, take my dogs out and turn on the news and see if life is beautiful, I can continue, and I'm always up with energy, of course.
Oh, that's fantastic. I have to say, I'm quite surprised, and I have to know how you do it, how you can watch the news and also say, life feels so great. I'm working on that. I still haven't worked that out.
Most of the time, the news is horrible. And then
Exactly.
I compare it and I see I have a great life.
Ah, beautiful. Yeah, I love the fantastic.
Well, thank you all so much for being with us. We look forward to continuing the conversation later in the show.
That's awesome. I can appreciate people like that because I stopped watching the news like years ago. I just get it through like, you know, friends and colleagues and family. They say, oh, did you hear about this? And I'm like, no, but no, I did, I guess.
Well, it's interesting. You have to be really conscious of the energy you surround yourself with, which is why I choose to surround myself with you every morning, Rob Mack. And you know I'm a big fan of the moon, right?
Oh, yeah. What's going on with the moon?
What's going on with the moon?
I don't stay up to date on the moon stuff.
Well, if you live in La La Land, somebody's always talking about the moon. We had the first full moon on Friday night.
Oh.
And there's some, activity with Saturn and Pluto.
Yeah.
I could go on and on. I'm no expert. I always follow moon omens, but I have an interesting affirmation that was sent to me today that I wanted to share with you. And it said, I'm aware that I create my own reality. That's why I choose to surround myself with positive and rejuvenating energies. As we mentioned with the news and the people, I own my power. I am living consciously. And I think that's a really interesting way to just really start the week and be intentional about who we are, the conversations we're having, and the thoughts that we're thinking.
Oh, I love that, Jez. That's just fire right there. I agree with you there. I think, sort of at the beginning of my life, I always felt so frustrated because there were so many things that I wanted to control that I felt like I wasn't controlling very well. And part of it was that I wasn't intentional. I was like spreading myself too thin, trying to control 100 things when I probably should be focused on 3 or 4. What are the 3 or 4 things that you do or that you're intentional about, Jez, that kind of set you up for like a positive and productive and happy week?
That's a great question.
I feel like you do a lot of great things.
Well, thank you. I feel like I'm still figuring it out. I really take Sunday to have self-care Sundays.
Oh, yeah.
That I'm very adamant about. We have family dinner, so it's the one and only night of the week that I actually cook. But I cook with friends and family and really just, we set our intentions together so we can hold each other accountable throughout the week. And that has been very, very helpful for me, making sure that I'm well rested for a Monday morning. And I write down the goals I have just for the week. If you write down the goals I have for the year, I get so overwhelmed.
Of course,
but a few things that I can easily achieve in the week make me feel very productive.
I love that. I think I do generally the same thing. I don't think I do specifically the same thing. Whereas you spend time with like family and friends, I hide from everybody. But it is my self-care sort of Sunday. I do that. And then I do love what you're saying there because a lot of the executives I work with specifically, we talk about like putting together a scheduling, like weekly strategic planning sessions where they sort of prioritize and plan their work and they do everything they can to sort of like get stuff off their plate that they're not particularly excited about or that's not essential so they can focus on the things that truly matter. So love the way in which you're being intentional, Jez.
Oh, well, thank you.
Absolutely.
And be intentional and stay tuned because we will be back with Angela Robinson on EverTalk Live. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. And I'm Jez Moyer. This is EverTalk Live, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. in the Ever Media Studios for a little Hollywood and happiness, positivity, and pop culture. on Apple TV and Roku via the EverTalk app, and of course, streaming live on all socials.
I've got so much love in my life, and then I get to do this with you every single day. I mean, it's incredible.
If you have a dream, do not let anything stop you.
You can have all the money or all the success in the world, but if you don't have peace, it's all worthless, really, right?
Happiness from the inside out. Please be sure, if you haven't read this book,
Sweet.
you've got to. I
important to
love
remember.
what we do.
I do too, Jess.
Miracles. I'd like just my life to be an example that miracles exist. I am just so grateful that we get to be a part of this journey together, Rob, whether it's 4 a.m. texting up peanut butter and jellies or coming to you live Monday through Friday every 9 a.m. You know when you're going to see that, Eddie?
Yes.
When we're holding it in our own hands,
that's
Rob,
right.
for best digital daytime talk show.
What makes people lucky, like actually lucky, is that they believe they're lucky.
But thank you for being my mentor, Rob.
Likewise.
You didn't even know it.
True. Yeah.
I'm out all the time. I'm everywhere. I'm drinking my wine. I'm doing the show. I'm stepping and repeating on some kind of red carpet. I had a little too much. I said, one drink Jeslin. One drink Jeslin. 2 tequila Jeslin. 2 tequila Jeslin.
One drink Jazz.
Is this one drink Jeslin? I hope you're proud, Rob.
I'm very
reading
proud
a
of you,
book.
actually. I don't know how you have the hair is killing it today.
Oh, thank you. Clearly, we have no fun around here. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Thought of the day: light, love, and magic. Oh, I do it fun. It was wild. Absolutely. Oh my God! Do you know we're still on live, Rob? Right now.
You gotta be kidding.
Talking to my angels.
That's hilarious.
They always say if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life, right? I absolutely love what I do.
Yeah,
we couldn't do what we do without the support of you watching. Thank you for sharing, for DMing, for commenting, for continuing to support us as we grow and scale our vision, for the people in the studio and their friends and families for having our backs. We're so grateful.
Right. And I'm most deeply and genuinely grateful for you. Truly I am, Jazz. It's just a pleasure every day to get to connect with you and work with you. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you. I'm so grateful for you. We love you, Rob Mack. There isn't a man or woman who hasn't met you and said you're the best dressed person in Los Angeles and the happiest guy we know. It's an honor to be able to do this show with you.
Appreciate that.
Habs fans, Wyatt did it, got his revenge, shot mom, shot dad, in the house.
Wyatt, what the hell? Hey!
What's gonna happen? Are they just completely gonna wipe the criers off the face of the earth?
Please.
You are not ready for what's coming up next. And neither was I.
Wyatt, where are your parents?
They're dead!
Good!
Remember how last season ended? That crazy gun battle you saw? Wait till you see how it turned out.
Jeffrey!
We'll see to what degree David is scathed or unscathed, whether he makes it out alive.
Ooh, did you see the red bottoms? Yeah. So, you're not gonna believe what happens next. It's gonna be even more shocking, even more wonderful, even more haves and have-nots drama. Temptation Tuesday, tune in.
Temptation Tuesday is back. And we've got Angela Robinson starring in the OWN's #1 series, The Haves and the Have-Nots. Thanks so much for being with us.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
And everyone in America is so excited that season 7 is back. And the drama is...
Oh my goodness.
Woo!
Every season. How do you do it?
Fire!
How do you
Can
do
you
it?
believe 7 seasons?
7 seasons.
Yeah.
What's this journey been like for you?
Oh, it's been incredible. We walked in there about 7 years ago thinking, oh, we'll do this show and see what happens. And now 7 seasons later, we're still there. We still love each other. We're not, fighting, and life is good.
Do you remember that first audition?
I do.
What was that?
The first audition was on tape. It was, self-tape. And then they flew me, I guess, 2 days later to meet Tyler and auditioned with him. And I walked in, the room was dark and the lights were only on us. And I auditioned with the guy who plays my son now, Gavin Houston. Love you, Gavin. And the lights were only on us and it was dark. We did our scene. And I come from theater, so that felt right to me. Right. It felt very good. But I thought the lights were gonna come up when we're done, right? And I hear this voice going, okay, move over to, and I know it's Tyler, he's giving us directions, but the light is still dark. And when it's over, they say, okay, thank you for coming. Never turned up the lights, never met him. Wow. And later we found out he was filming a Medea movie and he had on his dress. And he didn't want us, so he was like, I didn't want to, distract y'all, so I stayed in the dark.
That's pretty funny. Oh my goodness.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
So now that season 7 is back, what's gonna happen? I mean, what can you tease?
Well, I can tell you that every episode is gonna leave you on the edge of your seat. And it's always been that way, but this time more than ever. But I do think the fans have been wanting certain characters to evolve and to grow and to change. And I think they're gonna see that in some characters, not in mine.
How have you grown and evolved and changed personally, being a part of the series?
It's been great having fans, meeting fans, people who love the show. That part has been wonderful. I've become a mom. I adopted a beautiful baby.
Yes, congratulations.
That has been the best thing ever. Working with Tyler has been wonderful. The cast, that family life has been great. So everything has just enhanced my life so much. I've worked in theater for 20 years, and the theater schedule is rough. It's 8 shows a week. You work on holidays. Your biggest time of work is during the weekends because you have matinees and evening shows. So time with family is rare. You have to you have one day off and that's Monday. And doing television gives you that time. Yeah. You have hiatus, you have weekends off. So I've just enjoyed this time with my husband, my family, and building our business and doing things I've always wanted to do, and the show allowed me to do that.
Fantastic. So what would you say was the biggest adjustment you sort of had to make from theater to TV?
Definitely craft-wise,
yes.
Subtlety. Because in theater we get, hello everyone!
It's gotta be big.
It's gotta be big. You gotta reach the balcony,
right.
But in television, it's just all about what's behind the eyes. Yeah. And so if you feel it, they'll get it. And you don't have to do anything else but think it.
I'm wondering what the role of faith has played for you. On your Instagram, you mentioned #art and spirit.
Yes. Well, I have a YouTube page and I have a book coming out called Art and Spirit. It's a daily devotional guide for artists. I feel like I love devotional books.
Yes.
And I have one that I read every day, but it doesn't speak to me and my journey as an artist. And sometimes you just need to read, so they didn't like you today.
You didn't get the call back.
Didn't get the call back. But what do you do from there? So I just think as a creative person that we've been given such a gift because we were created. And so to be able to do the same thing that the creator did, to create for a living, it's not only a gift, but it's a high responsibility. And so I just enjoy encouraging artists because I think if they quit, then we all miss out. So it's almost like you think about if Prince quit.
Oh my goodness,
we
Yeah.
would have lost a whole voice of a whole generation, So I just think it's important to encourage artists to keep going, that it is a gift and it does have to be used and it does have to be used responsibly.
Was that the best or I guess, most helpful piece of like advice or like feedback that you ever received? Was it just about not giving up, or was there something different that you remember sort of really helping to sort of drive your success? What do you think's been the most helpful piece of advice?
Purpose.
Yeah.
I think years ago I read a book called In Pursuit of Purpose. And it was before, I don't know if anybody knows A Purpose-Driven Life, but that came later. But this book was earlier by a man named Miles Monroe, who was a pastor who passed away in a plane crash a while back. But he wrote this book, In Pursuit of Purpose, and I read it, and it all made sense to me. I always knew I wanted to be an actor because I loved it. But then when you realize your purpose to do it for bigger reasons than fame, for bigger reasons than attention, but to be a voice in the world through your art, to hopefully heal a broken heart, to hopefully, I don't know, make somebody who's extremely successful feel like, yeah, I do deserve this. You know, so just to be a voice that's bigger than me. Although I'm not mad at me. But I think it's bigger than me.
Well, we're not mad at that either. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
I will. They can find me on Instagram at Angela Robbs Child. My daddy's name was Rob, so it's easy. Angela Robbs Child. I'm on Twitter that way. You can go to Art and Spirit on YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube page. And I think the Angela Robinson on Facebook.
Super dope. Guys, check her out. Amazing.
Hey. And Tuesdays on OWN at the Haves and Have Nots. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on EverTalk Live.
Yes.
4, 3, 2. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm your host, Jez Moulier, aka The Trading Bell. What a morning it will be. Due to recent news, we're expecting that the market will be down today, but that could potentially present some opportunity for us. Let's take a look at our watch list. One of the things that differentiates The Trading Bell from any of the other stock shows, other than we do live trading, is everything that we do is on camera, so you can see it as it happens. You are seeing what's happening right now in this moment. 2020, it's all about money, money, money. That is my motto. Remember, money never sleeps, pal. That's right. That's why I'm here trading in Los Angeles live with you at the opening bell. Whew, sun is not even up yet, but the stocks are on the move. Numbers are moving faster than I can even speak. Well, let's face it. I'm excited. I'm thrilled. I've got goosebumps. This is a history in the making. Top of the list, SVRA up 154% this morning. Build BVI at 162. Ah, that feels good. BPH, Spring Bake Pharmaceuticals up 22%. That is going to make for a very sweet start to 2020. Filled. Woo! That feels good. Just a disclaimer, this is an entertainment show, so please don't treat any of the information you hear on the show as an investment advice, because trading is risky. Let's end the year strong. Visit EverTalk TV, Facebook, or Instagram at The Trading Bell. Remember, every dream has its price. What's yours?
رفتارات همه باحالن.
Welcome back to EverTalk Live. We are so excited to welcome and celebrate Andy Mandian. He is earning his star on the Walk of Fame this Friday after 40 years in the business. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
Just amazing.
How does it feel that you're going to be earning your star on the Walk of Fame?
I will tell you on Saturday.
Not sure yet. Gotta wait, huh?
It's an amazing feeling. It's true, I've worked hard for 40 years. I've been in LA for 40 years. I've had a great life here, but nothing really matches the excitement of getting this star and be among some of the greatest in the world, I'll convince myself that I'll deserve it because it's just an unbelievable feeling.
Now, Andy, some say that you are proof of the American dream, if you will. I know you mentioned you came to California 40 years ago.
Yes.
You had left Iran. Can you share with us a bit of your personal journey? What brought you here?
Well, I started in Iran singing American music, rock music, and then there was a revolution in Iran, and I came to LA to become a rock star, American rock star. I went to college, Cal State LA, I played soccer, it was a beautiful life, and then because of the revolution, hundreds of thousands of Iranians and then Armenians from Armenia came here. I'm Iranian Armenian. And so the business among the compats was great. We traveled the whole world, we toured, but home was always LA. And suddenly I started doing American music. I have songs in American movies. We played Greek theater 9 times, Kodak Theater 4 times.
And sell it out. Rumor has it, though, that your music is now outlawed, though, in some countries. Is that true?
My music is banned in Iran because it's
fun.
Too sexy. With girls dancing and singing. And the government in Iran is kind of religious, so they don't agree with my music and my happy girls dancing.
Girls dancing. I mean, you even did a song with John Bon Jovi.
Oof. Yes, and that was a great honor to sing with him. He sang in Farsi. There was a movement in Iran, and in solidarity with people of Iran, we sang Stand By Me, and it was a great success.
So I was wondering, in terms of success, I love you bringing that up. You know, I'm obsessed with this question of sort of what leads to people's success. What do you think? I mean, you're obviously like full of light, and you get this incredible energy, and you're extraordinarily talented. What do you think has led to your success?
Hard work. You have to find that talent early on in life, nurture it, study it, get the best teachers in the world, always be happy about living the life. To me, the destination is not important, it's the journey, and I always enjoyed the journey, even if the destination is not what you planned for. As long as you enjoy the journey, life is great.
Well, part of the journey includes a Hollywood star Walk of Fame.
Yes.
That is incredible. What's next for you?
I have a new song coming out on Thursday, one day before the Hollywood Star Ceremony. It's called The Good Fight. It's going to be in a movie, a theme song of a American motion picture called American Fighter, and I'm so looking forward to it.
I love that. You're going to do a video with those beautiful women? Because I play a role in that if you need.
The video is, you'll be the leading actor in it. You look great.
If Rob's in, I'll do a cameo.
There you go.
Well,
That's
thank you so
fantastic.
much, and congratulations. We are so incredibly honored. We wish
Thank you so
all of
much.
the best. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow you, and of course, get your music.
Great to meet
Absolutely,
you.
my friend.
My Instagram is AndyMusic1.
Andy Music 1.
Easy to remember.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Stay
so
tuned.
much.
We'll be back with more on EverTalk Live.
Last night I dreamt and you were there. But when I woke in the morning, it didn't feel real. Putting the pieces back together, finding a strength I never knew. Start again. This time it's gonna be different. I'm learning to breathe again. This time it's gonna feel different. The past is in the past. Some things just never last. Learn to let go. Start again.
Welcome back to EverTalk Live. We are so excited to welcome this food scientist and CEO of Gage Girl, Christine Hronik, is with us today. Good morning, Christine.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, absolutely. So in light of it being a new year, 2020, we're talking about diet trends and food trends, specifically collagen. And we know you've mastered that.
Yes, collagen is a very popular supplement, and it's crazy because I've actually been recommending it to my clients for years, far before it became like this really buzzworthy, super ingredient. But the benefit of collagen is it's excellent for gut health. A lot of people struggle with inflammation in the gut, leaky gut syndrome, and that happens when your gut actually becomes hyperpermeable, where the food can actually leach out into your bloodstream. You want your gut to be permeable for the nutrients, but when there's actual holes in your gut, it can cause to inflammation, and it's the root cause of a lot of health issues. And the beauty of collagen is it actually helps to realign and build up that skin in the gut to keep your body from having those types of reactions. So it's really excellent for those who can't have dairy, those who can't have gluten, those who struggle with their nutrition in that way.
Oh my goodness, that is like me.
Yeah.
I need all of it.
Yeah.
So are there different kinds of collagen?
There are different kinds. There's collagen made from different sources. You can have it made from hydrolyzed bovine. You can have it from fish, like from marine sources. My product is 100% hydrolyzed bovine. It digests very easily in the gut, and it's a really fantastic product. It's great for your hair, your skin, your nails. But the main benefit, I think, is fantastic for gut health.
So how do we avoid fake news on all these diet trends? Because I really just don't know who or what to trust
It's confusing.
anymore.
It's overwhelming, and it wasn't until I started making YouTube videos that I realized how confused a lot of people are about the information on the internet. There's conflicting information everywhere, and I think you first need to look at the credibility of your source. What is their training in? Do they have a degree? What is their backing? Because somebody can be a beautiful Instagram model with a beautiful body, but that doesn't qualify them to give out nutrition advice necessarily.
Oh, wait, you mean they're not always telling us the truth?
All of those girls selling us those gummies and that flat tummy tea.
Exactly.
We trusted,
Unfortunately.
and maybe we shouldn't have. I know you've got an incredible background. Can you share with us a bit about what has made you a food scientist?
Yes, so I have a degree in chemical and biological engineering from Drexel. I worked with Fortune 100 company DuPont for 6 years, worked in the biotech and nutraceutical industries. I've been building products. I've built several FDA manufacturing plants. I've been building products for Whole Foods, big brands, for years and years and years. And it wasn't until I started training and adapting all these principles to myself that I was able to help people at scale.
So of course we love the products and we're interested in the products, but we're also interested in like what led you to take that quantum leap from doing the corporate thing to starting your own thing?
I love the autonomy. I loved it, and it helps people. I think in a big company, you can really feel like you're a cog on a big machine and you don't matter. And I think it's just so beautiful with social media that you can impact people directly. You pop on a live stream and people can ask you a question and you can provide clarity to people who really need all the science of nutrition broken down in an understandable way.
Just fantastic.
Yeah.
So you brought some stuff with us today, right?
Yes, so I brought my top-selling Gage Life Collagen Peptides. It breaks up really easily. It's flavorless, odorless. I mix mine into my coffee every morning. I put it on my Insta stories. It has changed my life. It's changed my hair. It's changed my skin. It's just my nails, like everything. And
your hair is gorgeous.
Thank you. This is all real. It's all real. And I also have my whey protein isolate, which is great for post-workout. And this one's a little bit better for building muscle. This is a little bit better for your gut health, those with allergies, and to just help build up that connective tissue, especially for women as we age. We're not regenerating that connective tissue as fast as we once were. So, it helps. It definitely helps.
Now, I have a question about the whey protein because I always have been a little bit nervous. I'm afraid if I take too much whey protein, I'm going to look like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, I think the reality is it's going to help you build lean muscle mass. Protein, it's the only macronutrient that puts your body in a positive nitrogen balance. When that happens, your body can actually use fat for fuel.
Oh, I love that. And just for a little solace, Jess, I've been trying for years to get that to happen. It's still not happening, so no matter how much you overdose on the whey.
It's really hard. You need a lot more testosterone for that to happen.
Okay, not a problem.
Awesome.
Yeah, you'll be good.
Can you overdo it on the collagen, though, or is there anybody who should be careful with collagen?
There's an upper limit, and I recommend people shouldn't go above about 30-40% of their total daily protein intake to be supplemented from collagen.
Okay.
So if you're taking 150 grams a day, keep it like under 50 grams.
Fantastic.
Good to know. Daily dose my coffee.
Yes.
Sign me up, Gage Girl. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow you, and of course, get your great products.
Yes, you guys can follow me on Instagram at Gage Girl Training, YouTube at Gage Girl Training, or my supplements at Gage Life Subs.
Thank you so much,
Thank you guys so
Christine.
much.
Stay tuned
It's a
back
pleasure.
more on EverTalk Live.
EverTalk?
Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push over limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push over limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push over limits with you right now.
Welcome back to EverTalk Live. I am incredibly honored to welcome Ari Herstand to the show. He is the author of the #1 best-selling book on the music industry in the world. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very
Massive
much.
success on this massive book.
Right?
Yeah.
How to make it in the new music business.
Correct, yes.
Forbes hailed this book as an indispensable guide. So I'm very curious, Ari, what was your journey to creating this indispensable guide?
Sure. So I've been a singer-songwriter, musician, independent musician, running my own career from the beginning. It's been about 15 years now. And early on, as I was kind of booking my own tours, getting my songs on TV shows and stuff, other musicians would ask me, how are you doing all this? And I would answer everybody, and I was just like, I was figuring it out on my own. I didn't have a manager, a record label, or a booking agency or anything. I was kind of really just doing it all on my own. And eventually word spread that if you have questions about the music business, go ask Ari. And so my Facebook messages was just flooding in from people all over the world asking me questions, and I would get back to everybody, or I tried to. Eventually, it just became overwhelming, and so I kind of started a blog where I put up everything I was learning on my journey and how to do it all. And then the blog kind of took off because there really weren't that many resources for independent artists on how to survive and succeed as a musician. And so the blog kind of turned into the book because it needed, people were asking for more guidance and how to connect the dots and really like how to make a music career work when we're in such a new era. It's a new industry. What worked 15 years ago, what worked 5 years ago doesn't really work today. So it's kind of, it's can be daunting and challenging to keep up, but that's kind of what I tried to do in the book.
So give us an example of some of the things that people might expect to learn in the book.
Sure.
A few of the principles or some things that people maybe don't know about now that they could sort of learn about or begin to apply.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, I mean, the biggest takeaway is that you can make a music career happen on your own if you want. And now, in the old music business, we all kind of understand what that was. There was really just one way to make it in the old music business. It was get signed by a record label, go on tour, get songs on the radio, sell a boatload of records, and you were successful. Now, there are 100 different ways to make a music career happen and to make it in music. And success is extremely personal. And so, before people would say, oh, you're not successful unless you sell 1 million records. Well, today, success can mean anything. I mean, I define success as just making a living, supporting the kind of lifestyle that I want to do, doing what I love. And any musician can do that. You don't need to be a superstar and you don't need to sell 1 million records to be successful in the new music business.
Is there still such a thing as the big break in this new music business?
So, no. This is the short answer. I mean, basically, a music career is now a kind of a slow, progressive upward slope. And so there are little victories and little breaks here and there. You get a big opening slot, or you get a song on a TV show, or those kinds of things, but it all kind of builds. And it's not not really getting discovered anymore. So, you know, back in like 70s and the 80s, even the 90s a little bit, you get discovered on the Sunset Strip and people would walk in. People aren't really discovering music in the clubs as much anymore. It's like, you know, songs popping up on their Discover Weekly on Spotify. And it's like, oh, that's cool. And that's like step one. And then it just kind of grows from there. So the big break doesn't really exist anymore. And it's really, you know, because before you could gauge it as, oh, I got a deal, I got a record deal, and that was my big break. Record labels aren't really signing artists like that anymore. They're not developing talent like they used to. Really what record labels are doing now is they're taking talent that's already popping and they're like, oh, I can take you from here to here, whereas before they would take you from here to here, and
now
that just doesn't happen.
Prove it.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
then they'll sign on.
Absolutely.
So what's your take on the new California law? That's
Sure.
dramatically affecting music and gig economy.
Absolutely. So this law, AB 5 is what they're referring to it. It was signed into law last September. It just went into effect January 1st, and this basically makes independent contracting no more. And so for my industry, it's terrifying because, like, you know, it's basically saying that I can't pay a bassist to play with me on stage a couple $100 without putting that bassist on payroll, giving them a W-2, getting workers' comp insurance, incorporating myself, paying payroll taxes.
For one gig.
For one gig.
What?
And I may not hire that bassist again, and I may hire 40 to 50 people throughout the year in the studio or on stage, and now this new law is saying I need to put all those 50 people on payroll. Payroll companies I've called around, they're not set up for this thing. So this has been tremendously challenging for the music industry to figure out. And so I've been actually lobbying. I've never done political lobbying in my life, but I'm like, this needs to change. So I met with the Senate Majority Leader of California, Robert Hertzberg, on Friday to plead our case. And he understood. And then I met with the woman who wrote the bill, the author of AB 5, Assemblywoman Gonzalez, down in San Diego. I drove down there with some musicians and we pled our case. So we're working on it. We're trying to get a meeting with the governor. I mean, we're really trying to plead our case and saying, you know, we understand the intentions behind this. We're trying to help out the little guys not getting screwed and taken advantage of by greedy corporations, but like, that's not us. Like, we are independent contractors. We want to be independent contractors.
Hollywood is made on the back of independent
Absolutely. Like, everyone in Hollywood, it's the gig economy. This is the gig. I look at this as like the anti-creative bill. Unfortunately, it's just like, you know, it's hurting the people it was intending to help. And that has been the most unfortunate thing about this thing. And so it's like, you know, I understand their hearts were pure, they had the best of intentions, but unfortunately in practice, it just is not, our community, LA is not set up for this. And so I'm working my hardest to try to get this thing changed so we can actually survive.
Wow, Godspeed, brother.
Yeah.
How can other artists and giggers get involved and really utilize their voice?
Yeah, absolutely. So on my blog, aristake.com, I'm basically writing about everything that I'm learning about in all my meetings. So I just posted this morning my recap with Senate Majority Leader Hertzberg. You can go on there. I give people call to action. So I link to where you can find your representative. And I encourage everybody to write their reps and say how this law is negatively affecting them, and I give links to that and basically like a sample email or tweets. Tweets are very effective. I was tweeting with Assemblywoman Gonzalez. That's how I got the meeting with her. Wow. Just like, I mean, Twitter, man. Who'd have thought? But that's very powerful in politics, apparently. So,
Apparently.
yeah.
Well, please tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
Yeah, my Instagram is Ari Herstand. You can find me there. You can just Google Ari Herstand. I'm all the place. And then this Thursday, I'm having a book signing at Barnes & Noble at the Grove. So I would encourage you to come out and
Big deal. This is like the most iconic place to have a book signing in Los Angeles.
Yeah. So I'm very happy to have that here. I'm going to be interviewing Andy Grammer, chart-topping pop singer-songwriter Andy Grammer for the I'm doing a live podcast recording there. We'll be giving away a Fender Strat guitar. So come by this Thursday, 7 p.m.
No excuses not to show up to that one.
Yeah,
That's
come on
super
by.
amazing. Thank you so much, Ari. We appreciate you.
Thank
Stay tuned.
you.
We'll be back for more on EverTalk Live. 3, 2. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm your host, Jez Moulier, aka The Trading Bell. What a morning it will be. Due to recent news, we're expecting that the market will be down today, but that could potentially present some opportunity for us. Let's take a look at our watch list. One of the things that differentiates The Trading Bell from any of the other stock shows other than we do live trading, is everything that we do is on camera so you can see it as it happens. You are seeing what's happening right now in this moment. 2020, it's all about money, money, money. That is my motto. Remember, money never sleeps, pal. That's right. That's why I'm here trading in Los Angeles live with you at the opening bell. Whew, sun is not even up yet, but the stocks are on the move. Numbers are moving faster than I can even speak. Well, let's face it. I'm excited. I'm thrilled. I've got goosebumps. This is a history in the making. Top of the list, SVRA up 154% this morning. Build BVI at 162. Ah, that feels good. BPH, Springbake Pharmaceuticals up 22%. That is going to make for a very sweet start to 2020. Filled. Woo! That feels good. Just a disclaimer, this is an entertainment show, so please don't treat any of the information you hear on the show as an investment advice, because trading is risky. Let's end the year strong. Visit EverTalk TV, Facebook, or Instagram at The Trading Bell. Remember, every dream has its price. What's yours? Welcome back to EverTalk Live. Fashion and function, well, they rarely meet until now. Thanks to Polygen, I love the functionality of these cross bag clutches you've created.
Beautiful.
Very cool.
Thank you so much.
So what was the genius behind this idea?
You know what? I got inspired because I knew that fanny packs were coming back.
And they are.
Nobody expected that.
I know. Yeah.
They are back.
They are, yeah.
And I'm a big music lover. As you know, that's how I start my day. But I've been going to Kaboo for the last 5 years every day. And when they were coming back, I went out and I found a fanny pack, and it just wasn't functional the way that I wanted it. So I had actually bought a bag, and I was not happy with it, so I recreated it, and I took it to a shoemaker, and I said, rip this off and do that. And then I took it to someone else and said, let's do this. I said, I'm making my own bag. Yeah. I want to make it functional.
I love that.
So I could just take it off.
So what was it, right, exactly. So what was it that wasn't functional, I guess, about that first one that you picked up?
So it was just, I would only have to wear it as a fanny pack, and I had no other option. And just the size of it didn't hold exactly what I needed. So I wanted to design something that would hold my big phone, my glasses, my lipstick, my keys, 5 credit cards, my money.
Your life.
Thank you.
Yes.
Actually, a clutch that holds things.
Yeah.
This is a big problem in fashion. Most clutches don't actually hold anything.
Just for show.
Yeah.
Right?
So
it's
that's
like,
great.
Thank you.
Oh, and a zipper, special pocket for the credit card, so nothing's going to fall out.
Yeah, so you can put your money in there. I designed it so you could put inside 5 credit cards right here.
Love.
And then, so this pouch, the way it's designed, it allows you to put everything you need. So when you actually have all those items in here and you close it, it's still not bulky.
Well,
it looks like this.
It looks stylish. You can still wear the belt that you've invested way too much money in. You know that Gucci one we're all wearing.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to actually repurpose that as their fanny pack, and now you actually can.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I just pop it on here. So if I don't want to wear it, I could just snap it off and just carry it like this. I could throw it in my tote.
Yeah. Did it take a long time, sort of between the idea for it and then to see it come to fruition?
Yeah, it did. It was a long process. It was about, it's been over a year.
Yeah.
Oh, but in over a year, you've created something that now is available for purchase, which is a huge feat in and of itself. How many designs do you have available?
I have about 21 right now.
And what's your bestseller?
This is brand new, and everyone is falling in love with this
Well,
one.
because it goes with all of our Valentino shoes, let's be honest. Old studs. You know where my brain is at.
Yeah, that one
and
too.
also, yes, and the animal moment we're all having with leopard print.
I noticed
Very
that.
cute.
Cheetah is really popular.
Cheetah.
This one is really, these are probably my top ones here. There's a few. I mean, they're all,
okay.
I have different lines.
And what's in this book?
I'm going to see it. There's a book here.
Yeah, so actually, I had a student.
Belts?
Ooh.
Belts too, huh?
Oh, there's a book that's actually a book. Now
know,
that is a new one.
I love that. Yes.
Yeah, I was working with a student. Her name's Sydney, and for Christmas, she sent that to me in the mail.
Oh, how
She
cool.
designed that for me, for being a mentor for her. And it was like the greatest gift I could have ever received. It was just amazing.
And you can also wear these bags across your body, right?
Yeah, so I designed these special belts so you can wear this as a crossbody, and then it also is a hip belt. So you just take it and drag this across all the way around, and then it leaves no extra fabric, so it just goes around and around.
These are really fantastic, Polly. We appreciate you. Please tell everyone where they can get these bags.
So I just got these bags into the Garland Hotel.
Nice, congratulations.
It's very exciting. And so I'm just starting to branch out because it took me a long time to develop all the bags. Yeah. I'm in some boutiques in Del Mar and in Encinitas and in San Diego area, in Carlsbad. That's where I'm based, in Carlsbad. So I'm just starting to get out there and expand now. And I did Cebu. I was at Cebu for 3 days.
Fantastic.
So that was kind of my launch. And now I'm coming here to Los Angeles, and I'm just starting to let everybody know who I am.
And are they available online as well?
They are. They're available at polygen.com, and also you can go to Shop Polygen, and that's PAULYJEN.
Love it.
Well, thank you for
Polygen.
making this fashion function.
You're welcome.
Stay
Thank
tuned
you for
with that
having
more
me.
at EverTalk Live.
Our pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Watch the stories of people changing the world. EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
All I can say to you guys is remember you are not alone. It's that simple. Just keep remembering you are not alone.
EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to EverTalk Live here on Monday.
What a Monday
What?
it was. I would dare say it was a music Monday.
It was a music Monday.
It was, honoring
Right.
Andy Mandian, who's getting his star on the Walk of Fame after 4 decades.
Yeah.
Music outlawed in his home country of Iran, and now he's being honored right here in Hollywood. How cool is that?
You know what I love so much about him is that like he embodies his music. His music is so fun, and he was so fun. Like his energy is so genuinely happy.
Oh,
Love that.
absolutely. His music was a party. He's a party.
Totally,
It was
the
so
nicest
fun.
guy.
What you didn't see is on the break, Rob's like, "Hey man, nice watch." He's like, "Oh, you want it?"
Yeah,
He
but give me his
literally
watch.
Passing
Are you
off
kidding?
his watch. It
Yeah.
was so nice.
Don't
so
ask me
nice.
twice. Don't ask me twice. I love watches.
And Ari, I love what he's doing. He's
Yeah.
actually taking a stand for music artists. And you know, so many times people feel overwhelmed that the law has changed their life and there's nothing they can do about it. Well, in fact, he is really just even tweeting about it, but actively meeting with the senators on the new law that was passed in California that's really negatively impacting the gig
I
economy.
knew nothing about AB5, and it's kind of really disturbing. In
Yeah.
that way, I love that he is sort of driving the sort of charge on that. And also, I love that he said that, you know, it's really Twitter where you sort of take this sort of conversation up on and you get the best response. So I think that's something that I put a little note in my head about.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
can actually do something in the world of politics thanks to Twitter.
Right?
One good
Unbelievable.
thing about our day and
Yes,
age now.
exactly. Love Polly Jen. Oh my goodness, what great designs.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
Yeah.
Now you can actually hike and go to brunch.
Yes.
That's where mine is at with that fanny pack situation.
Yes.
Fanny pack turned brunch, very cute. And also,
Gauge
Gauge
Girl.
Girl.
What?
Collagen, it's going to
Apparently-
be in my cup now every single
I
day.
know, it's amazing. Like, I'm not sure, I guess I would have discovered collagen eventually, but I feel like I need to put collagen in, on, and like
Everything.
Yes, just collagen, everything. Is that
Fountain
the thing?
of youth.
That's your secret, huh?
No,
That's
honestly,
your secret. Yeah.
honestly, my skin looks better, my hair looks better. I'm not cracking as much when you wake up in the morning, you know, and your knee pops and you're like, collagen.
Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't realize that. I didn't also realize it was good for gut health, so it's good to know.
Who knew? Angela Robinson, by the way.
Oh my
How
gosh.
incredible is she? It was such an honor. You know, owns #1 series, the haves and the have-nots. Well, it says it all in the name, and she is such a star, Angela.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. I'm always so impressed by people's like presence. Her presence is so strong and beautiful. She's such a bright light, and you can clearly feel that she came from the theater world because she just delivers, right?
She's just such a star.
She is a star.
Absolutely. Well, we have some more great guests coming up for you tomorrow. As you know, EverTalk is live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on All Things Social, and of course on EverTalk TV, available on Apple TV and Roku.
That's right. Tune in for your happiness in Hollywood right here on EverTalk Live. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Happy Monday, Rob.
Happy Monday.